Alright, this is the D&J Diesel ecodiesel oil cooler delete system. So I'm going to start with the first portion. I'm not going to be able to get a really good look at it, but there is the patented plate. That's where your oil cooler used to be. So the oil's going to come right out. It's going to go right into here. It's going to go through the outside of your filter, go through the middle, come back out the other side. This is your temperature sensor for the fan control. Every kit will come with this. Every kit will come with your filter head. Now this system already has 20,000 miles on it on my truck and 500 hours. So go to the front. Okay, and those oil lines run up to this device here. Every kit will come with this. This is a thermostat device. Now, when your oil comes out of your engine, it comes out approximately 245 plus degrees when the engine's hot. But when it's cold, like let's say in the winter, then you don't want to run any oil into a cooling device, no matter what part of the world you live in. So until the oil reaches 180 degrees, this valve will be closed and will return the oil back to your factory adapter block, going right back into your factory oil filter. So the oil is going to come in cold until it reaches 180 degrees, and then this valve will open once it gets hotter, and it'll go up into the two coolers if you have the HD kit like I do. So this system is all automatic, self-maintained. You don't need to maintain it or do anything. Alright, so now I'm going to go up to the oil coolers. Alright, so your first line, let me step back here so you can take a look here. Alright, so the HD kit comprises of adding this module right here, which is the fan and inner oil cooler, the secondary one. The standard system for $850, which is their introductory price, is going to come with this fan for your intercooler and your oil cooler up here. Now this system simply mounts behind your intercooler, and they're going to supply some custom parts that are made specifically for this truck. You're going to have a spacer here, a nice premium rubber spacer. And you can see Dodge already came out with these, so we're just going to bump that out a little bit. And then you're going to need to cut, there's a little thing right here, a little washer that you're going to cut half that off. And that's going to bring the intercooler out a little bit. And you're not going to have any kind of problems with it touching your factory condenser back there. So this fan here is thermostatically controlled. As soon as the outlet temperature hits 245 degrees, this fan's going to come on. Now if you're doing a lot of heavy duty towing, then you're going to want this HD upgrade kit, and it'll come with this fan and this oil cooler. And this fan controller that we have here is, you can add another third fan here if you want, and you still have room for one more fan. But I'm going to be upgrading to another fan here on my intercooler, because when this thing turns on, it's helping my EGTs incredibly. I'm having really good luck with towing. So the oil, if you just have the standard kit, will come out and then go back into that thermostat head. But if you have the HD kit, then it's going to come up, go through this cooler, and then go back into your oil filter housing. Now these oil coolers are have a very specific design. when the oil coming through that block there, when the oil comes out of here, when the temperature is under 180 degrees, 90% of the oil will be returned back to your engine, but 10% of it will run through to this oil cooler here. And the reason why is to prevent any kind of air bubbles, airlock, and it will provide flow throughout the system so that when it does open up, then it's all pretty much maintained. So 10% of this oil cooler here has a thermal return system already inside of it. And if the viscosity is too thick, the oil will bypass this first portion of the oil cooler and will also be returned. So no matter what, your cold start performance, you're not going to be losing any kind of oil flow in your system, because you not only have your thermostat here, but you also have a viscosity flow right here that will return the oil if it's too thick. So not only are you protected with this cooler here, but you're also protected with the thermal device. Now, one thing that you don't want to do is when you're adding another cooler is if you add another stack plate design. Let me show you. Oh, wrong box. If you add another stack plate cooler, this is a stack plate cooler. If you add another stack plate cooler like this, you will restrict your oil flow and you will starve your engine for the critical oil supply that it needs during high RPM operation and cold flow operation. Now that was my transmission cooler. There's going to be another kit coming out for this. It won't be a cooler, it's something cooler. So what you want to do is you want to have a system that does not have any kind of restriction, which is what kind of cooler this is. Everything will be provided in this kit here to mount right here. You're going to have to make a small modification in this little valance right here. You'll cut it out a little bit. It's not a big deal. So that's that system. Now, obviously, you can probably see that I'm missing my active grill shutters. And to delete that is also going to have another kit. You may have seen a video that I did where I modified this little motor here. Because if you just remove the grill shutters and unplug it, you'll get a P0100 code. So what I did is I modified this. It was just a cheap little modification. Real slick and easy. You pull this apart, move the little actuator arm here, slide it out, move it one turn, put it in, put it back together, connect it, screw it right in, and you're good to go. Then if you want to return your grill shutters, you can reattach them again. You didn't damage this. You just simply unbolted it. So this system, the non-HD kit, is designed to be able to possibly use your active grill shutters if you still wanted to use them. You'll have to remove a couple grill slats, but you should possibly, there should be enough room for you to be able to still keep most of your factory system in place. So yeah, you're not going to be able to see much here, but there's the HD kit on my truck. Now what's really cool about this system is if you want to add another cooler, you can add another high flow cooler with a fan on it. Let's say you're in a really hot area, you're in a hotter area than I am, and this just isn't enough cooling because you're towing, I know that some people are towing 30-foot trailers with their ecodiesel, which to me is insane. But let's say this just isn't enough. Well, over here, I'll show you what's cool about the ecodiesel. All of this room under here is available to you to mount anything. There's so much room under here, it's just insane. So you can mount another oil cooler here with a fan control. I mean, look, I've got my transmission filter over here. I have my coolant filter here mounted to this plate everybody has. There's just so much that you can do with this ecodiesel truck. It's just insane. And you know, I've got the oil separator drain here mounted to this one. I've got the thermostat here. I mean, this truck is really cool. There's a lot of opportunity for you to be able to make this truck custom tailored to you. So let's go back up here. So if you want more things, call them, ask them, custom tailor the kit to you, to what you're using your truck for, because there's a lot of different options. You can add another fan. They've got fans. Let me show you the controller here. So this is the fan controller with the sensor wire. I mean, everything is just so slick on this truck. You can do so many cool things on this truck. There's tons of room. I think that the bigger trucks, the Cummins, I don't think they have this much room to be able to do stuff, so we're really lucky to have this truck. So this is exclusive from D&J Diesel. This system is patented. It is done. They have these kits in stock. They have all the rights to produce and sell and manufacture these systems. So give them a call and order it today. Thanks.